In a world that rewards control, emotions are the enemy of power. Every day, people lose battles not because they're weak, but because they react emotionally. They speak too soon. They act too fast. They let their feelings make decisions. Their mind should have made. Society tells you to express everything. But the truth is, if you can't control your emotions, you can't control your life. Thomas Shelby doesn't speak unless it's necessary. He doesn't scream to be heard. His silence is louder than most people's noise. Because strength isn't in how loud you react, it's in how calm you stay when everything's falling apart. You want to be respected. Stop breaking under pressure. You want power. Learn to sit in chaos and stay still. Who is Thomas Shelby? A gangster? A businessman? A soldier? No, he's something rarer. He's a man forged in fire and refined by pain. You see, Thomas isn't powerful because he carries a gun. He's powerful because he carries discipline, silence, and restraint. He's not loud. He's not emotional. And that's exactly why people fear him. They don't know what he's thinking. And that unknown is power. Thomas Shelby walks into every room like he owns it, not because he's arrogant, but because he knows who he is and what he stands for. He doesn't chase respect. He doesn't beg to be understood. He simply moves, like a man who's already made peace with his pain. I've learned something, Arthur. You don't parley when you're on your knees. That's not just a quote. That's his mindset. Emotion is the enemy of execution. A man ruled by emotion is a man easy to control. You insult him, he snaps. You pressure him, he crumbles. You confuse him, he hesitates. But look at Thomas Shelby. The man could have lost everything: money, family, his life, and yet he moves with calm precision because he knows one truth. If your emotions lead, your focus bleeds. Emotional men argue. Focused men plan. Emotional men react. Focused men wait, watch, then strike. Every time you let anger take over, you're handing your power away. Every time you act out of fear, you're setting your future on fire. You can't build an empire with shaky hands. Focus is a weapon, and Thomas Shelby, he keeps his blade sharp by staying cold, staying quiet, and staying unmoved. If you want to win like him, learn this. Control your emotions, or your emotions will control your outcomes. Thomas Shelby's mindset isn't just fiction, it's a blueprint. Behind the suit, the silence, and the stare is a man who mastered the battlefield of the mind. He doesn't speak unless his words serve a purpose. He doesn't move unless the move brings power. That's not luck, that's discipline. You see, Thomas doesn't get emotional not because he doesn't feel, but because he knows the cost of losing control. He's learned that patience beats rage, that silence reveals more than noise, that in a room full of chaos, the calmest man holds the most power. Shelby doesn't fight every fight, he chooses battles that build his empire. He isn't distracted by opinions, insults, or praise. Why? Because a lion doesn't flinch at the bark of a dog. And if you want to rise like him, you need to understand this. Your mind is your most dangerous weapon, but only if you know how to keep it steady. In a world full of noise, the man who moves with purpose and poise always wins. Thomas Shelby may be a fictional character, but his mindset lives in real men. Men who rose from pain, pressure, and failure, yet never let their emotions dictate their path. Think of Dwayne Johnson, once broke with only $7 in his pocket. He didn't rage, he didn't panic. He built. Kobe Bryant, who trained in silence while others partied, who let his focus speak louder than his feelings. Even David Goggins, a man built through trauma and hardship, learned to master pain by mastering his response to it. These men didn't react, they refined. They used anger as fuel, not fire. They stayed calm under pressure, not because they were cold, but because they had a mission bigger than their mood. Their lives are proof that the strongest men aren't the loudest. They're the ones who feel everything but show nothing. And if they can rise by mastering their mind. So, can you control isn't a gift, it's a habit. And like them, you must choose control over chaos, purpose over panic, focus over feeling. This is the final truth. You either control your emotions or your emotions control you. There's no middle ground. Life will test you, people will betray you, money will slip through your hands, and plans will fall apart. But none of that will break you unless you let your emotions take the wheel. Thomas Shelby isn't heartless, he's just in control. And that's what makes him dangerous. Not his gun, not his name, not his money, his ability to stay calm when everyone else is panicking. That's real power. And that's what you need. Because a man who can master himself, his anger, his fear, his ego can master anything. The world respects discipline. It respects restraint. And it fears silence more than rage. So from this moment on, remember this: don't react, don't overact, don't lose yourself to feelings that pass. Be like Shelby, calculate, move, in silence, and stay focused. Because once you control yourself, no one else can.